Tennis may be known as the sport of etiquette, but let's be real. Some players have made it impossible to keep things classy. Whether it's epic meltdowns, unsportsmanlike antics, or just plain annoying behavior, these players have earned a permanent spot on the most hated list. Some love the villain role, while others, not so much. Let's begin with Nick Kyrgios. No surprises here. Nick Kyrgios is basically a tennis troll with a wicked forehand. He's got more natural talent than most players could dream of, but half the time, he seems more interested in roasting his opponents and smashing rackets than actually winning. Love him or hate him, ATP umpires probably have strong opinions too. Daniil Medvedev. If Kyrgios is a troll, Medvedev is a full-on tennis supervillain. He plays like a genius, but antagonizes crowds like a comic book bad guy. From sarcastically thanking the US Open crowd for their support to mocking entire stadiums mid-match, Medvedev thrives off the chaos. Nastase. Before Kyrgios and Medvedev, there was Nastase, the original bad boy of tennis. He was racking up fines and suspensions before it was even trendy. Whether it was arguing with umpires, making inappropriate comments, or simply being a walking controversy, Nastase was a magnet for trouble. Alexander Zverev. Nastase's antics were mostly on the court, but Zverev's problems extend far beyond that. Despite his undeniable talent, he's been shadowed by serious off-court accusations, anger-fueled outbursts, and some of the most reckless racket-smashing in recent memory. He's not just polarizing, he's one of the most controversial figures in modern tennis. Jimmy Connors. Zverev might have earned a reputation for his temper, but no one leaned into being the villain quite like Jimmy Connors. He didn't just play tennis, he put on a show, flipping off crowds, trash-talking opponents, and reminding everyone how great he was, whether they wanted to hear it or not. Novak Djokovic. Connors thrived off being the guy fans loved to hate, but Djokovic is a different story. He's one of the greatest players in history, yet somehow also one of the most divisive. His vaccine stance, questionable medical timeouts, and habit of smashing rackets when things don't go his way have all fueled the debate. Is he a misunderstood champion, or just plain hard to like? Bernard Tomic. While Djokovic's issues are up for debate, Tomic's reputation is set in stone. He's openly admitted he doesn't care about tennis, has tanked matches on live TV, and still acts like the sport owes him something. If there were a Hall of Fame for wasted potential, he'd already have a statue. Fernando Gonzalez, nicknamed El Bombardero de la Reina. For his explosive playing style, Gonzalez didn't just hit hard, he played with fire. But that passion sometimes turned ugly. He was known for racket smashing, heated arguments with umpires, and gamesmanship that rubbed opponents the wrong way. His most infamous moment? The 2008 Olympic final, where he was accused of not admitting a ball had touched his racket, costing his opponent a crucial point. He had the game, but his temper made him one of the sport's more controversial figures. Goran Ivanisevic. If you never knew which version of Ivanisevic would show up, don't worry, neither did he. He was one of the biggest servers in history, but his temper often got the best of him. At one tournament, he smashed so many rackets that he literally had to forfeit because he had none left. His interviews were just as unpredictable, once claiming there were 3 different Gorans living inside him. A Wimbledon champion? Yes, but also one of the most erratic, frustrating, and entertaining players ever, Fabio Fognini. Tomic might not care, but Fognini cares way too much, at least when it comes to arguing. He spent years screaming at umpires, smashing rackets, and dropping casual misogynistic comments. His footwork is impressive, but his mouth, even faster. Jeff Tarango. Fognini has a short fuse, but Jeff Tarango took tennis tantrums to another level. One infamous match saw him straight up accuse an umpire of corruption, refuse to continue playing, and storm off. But the best part? His wife slapped the umpire afterward. Now that's a family commitment to chaos. Ernest Gulbis. Tarango's antics were wild, but Gulbis's story is just sad. A rich kid playing tennis for fun, he once admitted he'd rather party than play. And his career reflected that. Few things annoy fans more than wasted talent, and Gulbis wasted his in spectacular fashion. Lleyton Hewitt. If Gulbis didn't take tennis seriously, Hewitt took it personally. He played with a never-say-die attitude, but also a cocky, in-your-face energy that rubbed everyone the wrong way. Add in his loud celebrations and occasional bad sportsmanship, and you've got a player fans love to hate. John McEnroe. If Hewitt was annoying, McEnroe was legendary. The king of tennis tantrums, McEnroe's screaming matches with umpires became just as famous as his actual playing career. He was a phenomenal player, but his "I'm better than you" attitude made him an easy target for haters. Benoit Paire. McEnroe may have been the king of tantrums, but Benoit Paire is the undisputed king of tanking. Spitting on the court, barely trying in Hamburg 2020, and treating matches like an inconvenience. His "I don't care" attitude has made him one of the ATP's biggest punching bags. Mikhail Youzhny. Paire has given up in matches, but Mikhail Youzhny took frustration to another level, on himself. After missing a shot in 2008, he smashed his racket into his own forehead 3 times until he was bleeding. It was one of the most bizarre, self-inflicted meltdowns in tennis history. Short fuse, constant racket destruction, heated umpire arguments. Youzhny had it all. Some admired his passion, others just saw another hothead. Marcelo Rios, and finally, at number 1, Marcelo Rios. Unlike McEnroe or Kyrgios, he wasn't entertaining. He was just straight-up nasty. A former world number 1, he openly despised the media, refused to even pretend to be nice, and once said he wished he could be invisible so he wouldn't have to talk to reporters. Respect? Maybe or maybe not. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share.